play anything. Alright, fine. I'll send you my friend code.
Flipping out about,
Oh, boy.
and that is that Warzone 3 will essentially be gone when MW4 comes out if Verdansk doesn't do well. Here's a tweet from Ghost to Hope. It basically says, one of the lines that he references with this tweet is, no Warzone 3 if Verdansk fails to retain current returning players. And this is kind of a big deal because there's so many people in the community who don't really know what this means, and myself included, but there's a few different routes I think they'll go based off of this type of information.
Okay, straight out the fucking gate. All right, straight out the gate. Why do we keep changing Warzone? I really don't get it. I don't understand the vision. Like, every other battle royale does way better than Warzone by barely changing anything. Dude, I'm gonna say it again. Like, I've said this 100 times. I'm so sick of repeating myself. Fortnite. New movement, old movement. Old map, new map. Play whatever the hell you want. Everything crosses over. I don't understand the changing. I don't get it. I don't get why the game has to change every year. There's nothing wrong with it. There was nothing wrong with it in 2019. Other than the glitches. Instead of like fixing the things that they actually needed to fucking fix, they made another one. And it was ass. And it was way worse. Like, I don't fucking get this. I really, really don't.
Based off Call of Duty's track record. Because if you guys have been following Call of Duty for a while, it's become more about the money and less about the players.
True.
That's kind of just how it feels.
Facts.
Maybe not from the developmental side, but from Activision, Xbox, that's definitely what they're after, which means driving revenue through microtransactions and whatever in-game shadiness to get people to spend money. That's just part of the product. On top of SPMM and EOMM to keep players on and spending money.
Yep.
Regardless of that, what do I actually think this could mean? So first of all, there's a few different options that they can go down. Option A is in 2026 when that game comes out. Obviously this year is set to be another Treyarch title, which before we actually get a name, we'll call BO7 because that's just how it goes, 6 to 7. Whatever they end up deciding to call it, 6.2 or remastered of BO2 or whatever they're going to call it.
I have a theory. I have a theory with this. I have a theory with the next Treyarch title. Okay. I don't understand why we need another Black Ops IMO. And this is what makes no sense about this Call of Duty model, right, chat? Like, we have been playing basically the same game for like 5 years, right? And what is the point of releasing a new game if it's going to be Black Ops 7, right? What is the point of releasing a brand new game when you could just make an update? If you're going to release another Black Ops, why wouldn't you just update the current one you have? You don't have to like port everything over. You can just release the game. I get like money, but like let's take money out of it for a second, right? Let's take the whole money thing out of it because I know Activision is a bunch of money hungry fucks, right? Let's realistically look at this for a second. If you're the developer, why are you making another game? I don't get it. I don't get making another game. If it's a Black Ops 2 remaster, that's one thing, right? Like, that's holy shit. Like, that would be crazy, right? But what is the point of making a new game when you could just update the current one you have for another year? Why wouldn't you make it like a $25 DLC where you get like a new mastery camo and like new shit in the game, like new maps? Like, you need to play the second year, you need $25 to get X things, right? And like, if you overhaul everything and it's dope for a year, like, yo, like, that's crazy. Like, I just don't get it from like the Activision side. If Activision actually made like a legitimately good update for like $25 midway through every single Call of Duty, and it was like an actual good update that people wanted to play, you don't think anybody's gonna play it? Seriously? Like, if it's a legitly sick update, new guns, like new maps, new features, new zombies, new shit in Warzone, like, but you gotta pay $25 to play it because we're calling it, Black Ops 6, Dark Light update, or like it's like a Destiny update. Like, the one thing that I like that Destiny did was that they would make the updates until after Beyond Light worth it. Witch Queen is the exception. But they would do shit like that, and I like that because you get shit, right? Like, make it $20, $20, boom, new everything. Have fun. Like, if you don't pay $20, you don't get access to the new stuff. But like, if the new stuff is worth it, what's the difference? Like, I don't get this model. I really, really don't. It's very, very frustrating because I feel like they would make more money. Like, am I wrong?
It doesn't really matter. But what happens is the following year, when there would be an integration, that would be Warzone 3. If
No more integrations in Warzone.
the game's not in a good state because of Verdansk, then we're going to end up probably worst case scenario for Warzone. They would just shut down the servers completely.
That's crazy.
You won't be able to play the game and those types of things. I think this is highly improbable, and probably wouldn't happen just based off the.
Okay, hold on. Chat, imagine they actually shut down Warzone. I couldn't even imagine. Like, I that's crazy. Like, that would like leave me fucking speechless. Like, if they actually shut down Warzone. Like, I still love Warzone. I just don't think it's in a great state right now. Like, the only thing that they could fucking possibly do if they were to shut down the current Warzone is you have to open 2019 back up. You have to. Like, the amount of money that they would lose by shutting Warzone down would be catastrophic. Like, bro, if you shut Warzone down, nobody playing multiplayer. The only reason that people play multiplayer nowadays is to grind guns for Warzone. I play multiplayer sometimes when I'm bored, but like, multiplayer is just not grindable anymore. Like, once you get the mastery camo, like, what are you realistically grinding for? The level? You get more XP by playing Warzone. Like, it doesn't make any sense at all. Like, if they were to shut this iteration of Warzone down, you have to open up Warzone 1. You don't have a choice. Like, I never understood why they got rid of Warzone 1 in the fucking first place. Like, I would rather play Warzone 1, original Warzone 1 with Verdansk and Rebirth, and you can add a Sheikah and Al Mazrah, right? Than any of the shit that they've put out. I'd rather play, if I had a perfect world, perfect Warzone, right? Verdansk, Al Mazrah, Ashika, Rebirth. And I like Area 99. Like, but it doesn't make any fucking sense, right? You should have in Warzone, if Warzone was perfect, you have rotating big map ranked, rotating Rebirth ranked, public matches. All of them. Every map. Public matches. You can make them rotate. Apex is fun and fresh because the maps rotate. My favorite thing about Apex Legends is that the maps rotate, so I'm not playing the same damn thing over and over and over again. Like, every week, rotate the map out. Like, rotate the map out in the fact of, like, okay, this week is Verdansk is the static map this week. Verdansk and Rebirth are the static maps next week. Next week will be Al Mazrah and Ashika, or Al Mazrah and Area 99, or Verdansk and Area 99. Just rotate them out. Rotate them out. Or keep Rebirth and Verdansk static and put a playlist for rotation. They have a rotation playlist right now. They have one. It's in the game, and it's great. Like, I play that. Like, I've been playing Warzone off stream. I can't play it on stream, right? I play Warzone when I'm bored. When I'm literally bored, I just want to run around and shoot shit, right? But it just doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, this model makes no sense to me at all. I don't get it. I really, really don't.
Track record. The only time we saw this ever happen in Call of Duty is one of the Chinese versions of Call of Duty, which got shut down. But I don't know what the deal was with that. And then when we went from Warzone 1 to 2, which essentially that was a transition. So they took that game offline, and then we got Warzone 2, which ended up having a host of issues. And I'm seeing a lot of comments regarding this, like, good, I hope it fails, and all that stuff. They can get back to focusing on multiplayer.
Okay. Hold on a second. Hold on, I gotta snap Tor back. Okay, I have to make sure we had a streak. Okay, hold on. I don't want Warzone to die. I want it to get better. Like, I'm sorry, but the people who are saying, thank God Warzone's gonna die, shut up. Shut up. Go play something else, right? Like, if you don't like playing Warzone, don't fucking play it. It's very simple. Like, I don't want Warzone to die. I want it to get better. I want it to have, like, genuinely, like, meaningful updates. What the fuck? For Fragpong? Damn. I'm loading repo? Bet. I think Spec's gonna get on at 6 hours. I think we need, like, a minimum 3 to play, right? 7 p.m. EST? Jesus. How do we need a minimum 3? It can be single player? All right. Yeah, I'll jump on at 6:30 when he gets on, though. We need to fucking clip farm, bro. We are clip farming the fuck out of this game tonight. If we clip farm the fuck out of this game, we will have content for like 3 months. Straight up. It's doing so well on TikTok too. But back to my point. I don't want Warzone to die. I want Warzone to get better. That's what I want. I want Warzone to get better. I want Warzone to progress in its lifespan. I want Warzone to stop making stupid fucking decisions. Like, oh man, it makes me so fucking frustrated because I know how good Warzone could actually be.
And zombies, which is also kind of a silly statement for people to make, because there would be almost no improvement and virtually no improvement in those areas. It's not like they would say, you know what, we're going to just take Raven and all those resources we have over there and put them on multiplayer and put them on zombies or whatever the case is. Generally, what would happen is the same thing that happened when Xbox bought Activision, and that is there's a little bit of overlap with people, and they'll just do tons of layoffs. So if a job is duplicated where there's too many people, they'll just go ahead and get rid of those.
That would be dead. That would shit.
And then those people will be out in the market trying to apply to other locations of other companies. Again, I think that is the least likely scenario where they'll just shut down Warzone entirely, because I don't know if you guys have ever played with randoms. I know they have the party up feature and all these other things that are busted at the moment, but generally all the people I play with are random. I don't play with my streamer friends I know or whatever. I just play with random people, and I have yet to load up where someone on my team isn't using a paid skin. So
true.
Not just the battle pass, like actual paid skin. They'll be using the black cell, they'll be using the $30 this skin or that skin. The Ninja Turtle skins are pretty common right now. When you queue up, there are paid skins. So I going back to what I originally said earlier, them trying to make money for the shareholders, be kind of weird for them to just cut that leg off and no longer make money from that. The next one that I think is even is probable, like if the game isn't doing good, there's no reason for them to continue supporting it. I think they would just keep the servers on, and then the game would stop receiving content. So if you've already bought content,
that'd be crazy.
You'll still just be able to play it in whatever version of the game it is. And at that time, it'd probably be Verdansk or maybe Avalon, if that's still in the works, even though there's been leaks that is essentially scrapped for BR. And that'll probably be something that's more for like Outbreak for zombies or Ground War style or Fire Team, something for Treyarch. That's not necessarily Battle Royale, or who knows, maybe even DMZ.
Dude, Warzone is such a mess right now. Like, this is such a mess.
And you can just go play it, but there won't be future content. There
Wow.
won't be sync content with the current title. There won't be any of those types of things. And that would be pretty bad for them and people who play the game, just because it would probably be longer matchmaking, all kinds of other issues related to that. And people would just kind of have to move on to other games, which a lot of people already have. But between now and the next 2 years, there's going to be tons of games that come out. Whether Battlefield's Battle Royale comes out hot, that'll hopefully be good.
Okay. Hold on. I forgot about that. The Battlefield Battle Royale that is potentially in the works. If I am Battlefield, right? If I am the developers of Battlefield, my number one goal right now would be to kill Warzone. Dude, like, you know the crazy thing about Battlefield is, and I've played 2040 or 2044 or whatever it is, 2020, whatever the fuck, the one that came out, the most recent, 1. The one thing that I said about that game is this game would be fucking amazing in BR. Like, holy shit. Like, it was the only thing that sucked ass about the game was that there was like no content in it. Everything else about it was awesome. The movement, the weather, the graphics, the guns. Like, the gunplay is amazing in that game. You can slide cancel in that game. Like, Battlefield 2044, I'm probably botched 2045 or whatever. I think it was 2044. But, like, it felt like Call of Duty and Apex had a baby. And it was lit. But there was no content. And the game, like, had a pretty rocky, like, release. But realistically, if they made a BR off that, man, bro, it'd probably be crazy. Like, if I'm the developers of Battlefield, and if developers ever watch my stream, I want you guys to hear something. Make it fun. Make it like this. Make it like OG Verdansk. Make it OG Verdansk, but make it better. How do you do that, though? You know, I think the one thing that people love about the original Warzone is the fact that the guns took not that much skill, but it took a lot of skill to get a lot of kills. Right? You know, when you play battle royales, right? You expect to just like run at somebody and get a lot of kills. No, battle royales are about positioning, loadout, meta. There's a million factors that go into like getting high kill games in battle royales. And the thing that Warzone 1 did so well was that even if you weren't the best player in the world, the guns were set up that you could have good games, right? Kilo, AMAX, MP5, MP7, the MAC-10, the Car 98, the AX50, like guns that everybody was running because they're fucking easy to use. Nobody in a battle royale, unless you're playing like PUBG or Apex, wants recoil, like visual recoil. The reason that Warzone 2 was so fucking ass was because that visual recoil and no fucking movement, right? People don't want a realistic BR. If you want a realistic BR, go play an extraction shooter. Go play Tarkov. Like, there's thousands on thousands of thousands of realistic shooters. BRs in the style of COD and Battlefield should not be realistic. Who fucking cares? People want to run around and get a ton of kills, and you can't fucking do that unless you have like some sort of skill. So that is the skill gap in these games. If Battlefield wants to succeed, they need to follow that model. And I guarantee you it kills Warzone. If it is legitimately good and the maps and the guns are fun, holy shit. But there's a stipulation to everything that I just said. Battlefield needs to make the guns fun. The one thing that I love about Warzone 1, and I will always love about Warzone 1, was all the guns I just named, right? There was nothing more satisfying than entering flow state with the Kilo, or the M4, or the MP5, or the MAC-10, or the MAC-10 Car 98. Like, peak fucking Warzone was when those guns came out, because those guns had personality. The guns in Warzone nowadays have no fucking personality. All those guns had personality. The Automaton from Vanguard had some sort of personality before this bullshit came out. That's what I'm trying to say, chat, is that Warzone could be so fucking good, and the Battlefield shit might kill it. But the guns have to be memorable. Like, dang. Like, it's so fucking frustrating, bro. Like, at this point, they should just bring Warzone 1 back and overhaul it. Like, I don't get what they're doing, to be honest.
Or other extraction shooters and all these other games that are coming out at a regular basis that are essentially trying to take up that market share on top of Grand Theft Auto, which will be a huge competitor in the market, regardless of that, what happens with Warzone. And then the next, and that would just essentially be kind of the graveyard for the game, kind of how DMZ is currently, or Modern Warfare Zombies, or even like previous content ever. It's just more kind of making a reference to a free-to-play aspect of the game. The next one is probably the one I most would want to happen, and that's that they would separate COD from the yearly release. Let Warzone be standalone.
Yes.
And then the devs will be able to work on that vision of the game to get it where Warzone players want it without negatively impacting or having any influence on
Yes. Okay. Realistically, right? I was never a fan in the beginning of Warzone being its own standalone game. Here's why. Sometimes in standalone games, it doesn't work out. Okay? When you have a game like COD that releases yearly, right? The integration is kind of a pain in the ass. Now, with that being said, this is how I would do it. If I'm Raven Software, and Warzone is now officially its own standalone game with its own standalone things, you should be able to use the things that you have in other COD games, but not be able to grind them in Warzone. And here's why I say that, okay? If you're a COD and you want people to buy the new game, right? You need to be able to, I mean, listen, like if you want to grind the guns in Warzone, that's fine. Like, but I'm talking about like specifically skins, like Black Cell, Battle Pass. Like you can grind the Battle Pass shit in Warzone, but like it shouldn't be like there's got to be a bridge between like playing multiplayer and playing Warzone. Whether it's they have their own separate battle passes, like that's fine. Like if they have their own separate battle passes, like if they want to release together and give you double the content, you know, you buy Black Ops 7, right? And when you buy the battle pass, you get the battle pass for Warzone and Black Ops 6. There's a part of the battle pass that you can only unlock on BO6, and there's a part of the battle pass that you can only unlock in Warzone, right? Or you can unlock in both, right? So, first section of the battle pass, you can only unlock it by playing BO6. That will keep player retention in BO6, right? Like, the thing is that COD, it needs to cater to both communities, right? They have the BO6 community who wants to play multiplayer, and they have the BO6 and every other Call of Duty community that wants to play Warzone, right? Cater to both. They can do it. They have enough studios to do it. Make it separate. Have Raven strictly work on Warzone. Straight up. That's it. Just work on Warzone, right? We're going to give you the content you need to integrate. You can do that. We're good. We'll work on the other games. Like, it's not that fucking hard. Like, they got to at least try it for a year. And if it's a disaster, then go back to the old model. But, like, it's just, they got to try something different. You know what I'm saying? Like, holy shit. It's a disaster, fam.
multiplayer or zombie systems and vice versa. What this would mean that we would still get seasonal content. It would be geared specifically towards Warzone and probably work in tandem with the current game, but it wouldn't be a full-on integration. I think this would be the best case scenario, and it would be standalone where they could just take care of their business, not have to work with Treyarch to decide on certain things, or IW to decide certain things, or Sledgehammer to decide. They would just be Raven all in on it, and then they would have it set up. So
100%. I 100% agree with this.
How they want to do it, but I think that's probably the best option, especially if some of the changes that happen with the addition of Verdansk in Season 3 and their future roadmap to get things back without any influence from the other studios impacting the other parts of the game. I think that would be the best. The other option, which I hope they don't go down unless they really find a way to sell it, is doing another integration, which would be Warzone 3. The only way this works is if they're basically promising, we're just going to give you Warzone 1 with the dive or something like that. They would have to be very specific about their wording.
I agree.
And we wouldn't get this integration until 2026. And it would just be a mixed bag. It would be canceling out old gen because part of 2026. And the tweet that Ghost of Hope had was that essentially we would be removing old gen. And I think there was a tweet that just came out recently that half of all players still play on old gen,
which is crazy
on the platform. Not necessarily Call of Duty, but just in general. But you could probably say that around the same thing, the same number exists for Warzone. So they would have to figure that part out, and there's no guarantee they could get it right. So I think this one's by far the riskiest one, because one, you'll cut off a certain percentage of the player base, not necessarily good, and then you could mess it up the same way you did Warzone 2. And then you end up having to do it all over again, which I don't think people will want to do that.
No,
the second
no,
time around.
not again, bro.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me, right? It would just be one of those types of things. And that would still get fully supported with seasons, and it would be synced up perfectly with the live service game, which is the one. But regardless of what they end up doing, I think obviously their main goals, like what I referenced in the beginning, is they want to make money. which is fine. That's what businesses are supposed to do for their shareholders. And this is at the cost of player experience. As far as they can go to get people to spend money on the game, that's as far as they'll go. There's no metric for fun, so they can't go out of their way to improve that element, unfortunately. So there's certain things that
stupid, man,
change, and then there's other things that can actually improve. Now, what I think is hopefully what ends up happening, there's basically a best case scenario, worst case scenario that happens with season 3 Verdansk. So best case scenario is it probably won't be like the perfect scenario, right? It could be a little bit less than this, but I think Verdansk comes out, it ends up being a huge success. People realize it's way more than nostalgia, and they continue to support the game seasonally. And
no, here's why. Nope, I don't think it's going to be a full success. You want to know why it's not going to be a full success? Because yeah, the nostalgia is going to be great, but think about the fucking gameplay of the game right now. Like, I really like Omni movement, but unless they, like, if they are going to release, like, the Grau and the AMAX and the MP5 and every, you know, whatever the fuck they're going to release for, like, the nostalgia weapons, they better shoot the same. That's all I'm going to say. Like, how many times have they reskinned guns and they're not the same? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so stupid. Hi, Specky boy. Are you ready? Are you ready to play? I'm ready when you are.
And they know, hey, you know what? It works, and we're not going to do any more integrations. I think that would be best case scenario, kind of what I already referenced out of my 3 different options. I think it could go down.
Okay, bottom line. About to start stream. All right, well, I'm going to just wrap this up then. Bottom line, chat. Warzone needs to do something. Seriously. Like, Verdansk is not going to save this game. I'm sorry. Like, I will play it. I can't tell you really more than that. I'm not going to tell you it's going to be good. I'm not going to tell you it's going to save the game. I'm not going to tell you that it's not going to save the game, but it will not save the game if they don't fix all the other shit. It's very simple. Like, I don't know what else to say about it anymore. Like, dude, I'm having fun playing other shit, and I'm having fun playing Valorant and Rivals right now. Like, Warzone needs to be really fucking good when Verdansk comes out for me to, like, go back to playing it full time. Straight up. Like, it's not even for content purposes. It's just because I don't like playing the fucking game right now. Very simple. Very, very simple. It's so wild, bro. But I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, but Raven, if you're listening, if you ever listen to me, just fix the shit. Please. Microsoft needs to do better, too. It's wild.